as he called it, our brother Walid, even though I don't necessarily like the title, where's my bay? What does it stand for again? Before anyone else. Even that, before anyone else, Sharia is kind of wrong. Because why the Prophet ﷺ, he said, لا يؤمن أحدكم حتى أكون أحب إليه من والده وولده والناس أجمعين. You're not a true believer until you love me more than your children and your parents and the people altogether. So we need to, before anyone else is Allah Azza wa Jal, and then the Messenger sallallahu, and then comes the wife. She's third, unless you love her more than anything else. So going back to what we were speaking about, it's a big moment of a person's life, wallahi. She's going to be the mother of your children. She's the one that's going to be nurturing them. They're going to be under her supervision. If she's a woman that swears, is going to leave traces on your children. If she's a woman that keeps going out, she likes partying, wallahi, your kids are going to follow the exact same footsteps. She's your companion. We've probably heard lectures about bad companions time and time again. The wife is the biggest companion you're going to have, and the closest one. الرجل على دين خليله فلينظر أحدكم من يخالل. The man is upon the religion of his friend, and the closest friend you have is your wife. So he needs to be aware and examine who his friends are. And the hadith that we heard, the other hadith that we hear about, when the Prophet ﷺ said, إنما مثل جليس الصالح وجليس سوء كحامل المسك ونافخ الكير. I'll just quickly mention in English. Like the one that sits with good people is like what? The perfume seller. And like the one who sits with bad people is like who? The blacksmith. What happens to the perfume seller? He either sells you something, or you're going to go into his shop, you're going to come back with traces of the perfume that, or the bakhur that was, lit inside his shop. Or he's going to give you something for free. And the blacksmith is either going to burn you, or you're going to come out with dust particles and, very bad smell. Likewise with the wife. A lot of guys, wallahi, I personally think they're a bit deluded. He sees this girl, he becomes so deluded with her looks. He knows she's bad. She likes to party. She has all these bad traits with her. But that which he's concentrating on is what? Her looks. You know what he says? I'm going to change her. A lot of the time you find that she ends up affecting him and changing him. And I'll tell you a little story of Imran ibn Hattan. Does anyone here know Imran ibn Hattan? Imran ibn Hattan was someone who used to take a hadith from Aisha radiallahu anha and Ibn Abbas and other than them. He was a scholar. Aisha radiallahu anha used to narrate from Aisha radiallahu anha. So he one time saw a very stunning, beautiful girl. When he inquired about her, someone told him she's from the Khawarij. She is from the Khawarij. You're an extremists. The Kharijites, as they say in English language. He goes, I'm going to get married to her, and I'm going to end up changing her, inshallah ta'ala. He gets married to her. As time goes on, do you know what he becomes? He becomes from the heads of the Khawarij. Love is blind. That's what love can do to a person. Because he is so in love with a girl, he is ready to go, maybe to the other side of the world with her due to what she wants. Wallahi, we've seen guys, they become so whipped that they've cut their parents. They've cut their parents because of that girl. Recently I was told a story about a father who went all the way down to Saudi Arabia. The dad doesn't know which way he's going. He doesn't know, he doesn't know. Come on, it's difficult for a guy to go and go Jeddah and he doesn't know anyone there. It can get very, very difficult for him. So his son's there. The son calls the dad, no, I got my wife here. I can't do anything, I'm sorry. Allah. And that kind of story or that kind of situation, I know he has some sort of background with it. And a lot of it is down to This pure love you end up having for this girl, that you're willing to do anything for her, even your parents. That you need to be dutiful to her. Even that gets put on the question. The Prophet ﷺ, he told us in Hadith Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu in Sahih Bukhari and Muslim, that a woman is married, تُنْكَحُ الْمَرْأَةُ لِأَرْبَعٍ. A woman, she's married for 4 reasons. Or men tend to get married to these women due to 4 reasons. That's the reality of the matter. A lot of the time you find it's because of these reasons that are mentioned in the Hadith. The first thing the Prophet ﷺ mentioned was لِجَمَالِهَا. It's that which most people do. Getting married to her due to her beauty. And each one I'm just going to touch on it inshallah ta'ala and give you a piece of advice. Due to experience and also maybe dealing with a lot of marriage issues. Just remember one thing. If her akhlaq, her manners is bad, the time you get into an argument, the beauty that you used to look at and concentrate on is not going to be there. That's gone. That which is going to remain beautiful is the person's manners and adab and the akhlaq. And also be aware, that beauty only lasts a bit. She's going to get pregnant. She's going to, khalas, I'm married. She's going to get lazy. The gym's going to go out the window that she used to go every day to, 3 hours. So she puts on weight, and that beauty that you decided to get married to is gone. So if your marriage is totally dependent on beauty, what happens when that beauty goes? Or she gets married to you because of your beauty, because you're so nice and you look so good. What happens when you get a bald patch? Because of the long hair. I always pick on his hair. He came to Luton, I was picking on him a lot. MashaAllah. What happens when you get a bald patch? Or she got married to you because he's got nice hair that the hand can, comb. You don't even need a comb for it. That goes. Or you get a scar on your face. Or she has a child now, she becomes fat. Khalas, what, you're going to divorce her? Why? Because she's no longer beautiful anymore? Simply because your whole marriage was dependent on the beauty? I'm telling you now, getting married to a woman that is 20 out of 10, that time you get into an argument with her, or you ask her to do something, wallahi, that beauty is going to go down the drain. That which remains beautiful, and go write that in gold inshallah ta'ala on your bedroom, that which remains beautiful is the akhlaq and the manners, the adab, her etiquettes, and the way she preserves the hudud of Allah Azza wa Jal. And I'm going to come on to later inshallah ta'ala some of the mentality of some of our women today, of our sisters, the feminist mentality, how she needs to be the one in the house wearing the trousers. Now we're going to come on to that inshallah later. 10 minutes? No. Is everyone hungry? I can hear bellies rumbling, innit? Okay, inshallah. The Prophet ﷺ also mentioned another hadith, what to actually want inside. Sorry, I'm still in the first hadith, though you put me off, Walid. لِجَمَالِهَا وَلِحَسَبِهَا, and then وَلِمَالِهَا. Her lineage. Sometimes the reputation of the family is that which deludes a person. Look how good, look how righteous the family is. The mom, mashallah, she's on point, she's always in the masjid. The guy is always in the masjid. What makes you think, because of the reputation the family has, that the girl that you're getting married to is going to be like that as well? I know a lot of guys have made that mistake. They saw the family, the mom was mashallah in her deen, the father was mashallah in his religion, but the girl wasn't always like that. So he got kind of deceived with the family. He gets married to her, he's expecting A, B, C, D and E, all the way to Z. But it's not there. You are getting married into the family, it can either be positive, it can be negative as well. So you need to look at the girl, and likewise look at the family. The last thing you want is to be under the thumb. She has you under your finger, as they say. You need to have the guy under the finger. You tell him to jump, he jumps. Sit, he sits. grab him. Some of the mentality that some of our sisters have, to control the relationship. And some parents are like that, especially the women. Families who the guy maybe has passed away, or there's no guy in the family, they want to control. That's something you need to take into consideration as well. Marriages, not one, not two, not three, many marriages. We can say maybe for the next 24 hours, Fulad's marriage broke down because of interferences. A woman that's able to make decisions herself. A girl that's not like a mummy's girl. Everything the mum says she does, and the husband wants something, she doesn't do it. It's always a culture clash. Not a culture clash, a decision or opinion clash. Then the Prophet ﷺ said, لِمَالِهَا. Was anyone here around when the recession took place? Or were you all very, very young? The recession. طيب. Sometimes a girl gets married to a guy because of the car that he has, or the money that he's bringing to the table. And likewise the other way around. You get married to her because of the wealth that she has. What happens tomorrow when something like the recession takes place and you've lost your job? I've heard wives say to their husbands, if you never had a job, I wouldn't get married to you. Wallahi, brothers, I've heard it with my own ears. If he had never had a job, I wouldn't get married to him. So the relationship is totally dependent on what? Money. What happens when the money goes? You need the woman in the hard times and the times of ease. When you suffer a loss in your business, she's going to remember the ayat when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that we're going to test you.